What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another uniform review video. Alright, so we have a few new uniforms to look at here, and we're going to be starting off with Dr. Doom. So here we have Dr. Doom in his 3099 look, so I'm quite excited for this one because I've been waiting for an upgrade for Dr. Doom, so I'm definitely going to be purchasing this uniform, and he did get his tier 3, of course, with this update as well, so we're going to be doing that, but not in this video. That's going to be in a separate video. So this video is mainly just going to be talking about the uniform, and we're going to take a look at that. So he's got a blue cape here, which I don't know if I really like the blue on Dr. Doom. Whenever I think of Dr. Doom, I think of green. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the look itself, but hey, it's an upgrade. So let's go ahead and check out what the upgrade's going to do for him. So the uniform itself is going to enhance the effects of skill. Wait, that's 4-star passive or tier 2? Oh, anyway, we have Born Ruler, and then the uniform itself does quite a bit here. So it's going to decrease damage received from Reflect by 60%, and that's all Reflect, whether it be energy or physical. So I'm guessing he maybe has a mixture of energy and physical attacks. And then we have activation rate when removing, or when using, removes all debuffs, if I can speak here. He gets a buff applied to himself, and that is going to decrease all damage received by 40%, ignore dodge by 50%, and increase chain hit damage by 15%. So that's actually pretty nice. Those last for 18 seconds on a 20-second cooldown. So basically you're going to want to run him with a debuff lead to take advantage of that. Actually, I'm not really sure how I feel about that. It's going to be, of course, really good for PvP because you pretty much always get debuffed in PvP. For World Boss Ultimate, I mean, if you're doing a stage that has Blade Twisters, then yeah, those Blade Twisters are definitely going to fuel his uniform here. Besides that, Mephisto, he debuffs you a lot, so that'd be good. But Null doesn't actually debuff you a whole lot. You can get some stuns, but he mainly just guard breaks you, if I remember right, because I thought I was trying out Spider-Woman recently with her leadership, because her leadership is tied to being debuffed to get her all attack boost, and I remember her actually doing better with an actual just flat attack boost versus her leadership. But anyway, we have this going on here. It's 20-second cooldown, so it's pretty much going to proc all the time because the leaderships are on a 20-second cooldown, so you have 12 seconds of debuff removal, and then its cooldown is 20 seconds. So pretty nice, and that is his tier 2 passive. Alright, so his tier 2 passive is getting enhanced here. We have a 55% chance to penetrate super armor barrier, shield, damage, immune, and invincibility. I think that's what he had before, but maybe it wasn't 55%. And then we have super armor and all defense by 50%. Again, he had those before. I just think he only had maybe like 20% all defense, so that went up. And then we have increased skill damage by 35% and bonus damage by 40%. Again, just those percentages went up. So everything I believe is the same on his passive here. It's just the percentages went up, which is always nice. All right, so his first skill, which is kind of weird here. We don't always have a lot of, we don't have very many characters at all that have a buff on their first skill. So we have a all attack, all defense buff by 30%. We have all speed by 6%, and then we have a 10% crit rate buff. So that's kind of interesting that they put that on the first skill right there. And then the second skill is a counterattack skill, and it ignores targeting. So this might make him pretty good in PvP, especially since he has a meta leadership. So you can just use his leadership there, and then maybe he'll be able to one-shot some people with this. I need to actually see the skill animation because I think I've only looked at it without the counterattack effect, so I need to see what that actually looks like. The fourth skill, because it looks like his third skill is not changing at all. So the fourth skill, we have paralysis, ignores immunity, and we have all defense down. That stacks up to minus 55%. So nothing too crazy there. 55% isn't a lot, but I mean, it's better than nothing if you plan on using him in just regular World Boss Ultimate. And then we have a 45% increase for all attack for 8 seconds. And then finally, the fifth skill, we get to keep that heal that he has, that 50% heal, which is super good. So we retain that, and that is pretty much it on that skill. One thing that we do lose though from the fourth skill is that ignore dodge. Previously, I believe it was 40% ignore dodge he would get whenever using the fourth skill. We don't have that anymore. It's kind of tied to his uniform passive here because it is 40%, right? Now it goes up to 50%, but it's tied to being debuffed. So again, it's just going to be if you can get debuffed consistently to activate the leadership to remove debuffs, because he doesn't have that on any of his, any of his skills. None of his skills say remove debuffs or, grants debuff immunity for X amount of time. So I'm pretty sure that's the only way to trigger his uniform is to use his leadership. I could be wrong on that, so let me know in the comments below if there's some other way to activate it. But as of right now, that's the only way that I am seeing. So let's go ahead and hop into the skill preview here and see what his skills actually look like. All right, so first skill goes into an iframe, kind of pulls them up with him, and then just punches them around, it looks like. Okay, and then second skill, got some punches here, and then the blast. Third skill is going to be the same, just a little more, or just the change to the animation color. Instead of being green, because it was green before, wasn't it? Now it's changed to blue. I've already forgotten, but I feel like it was green. I kind of remember a green blast, or maybe am I thinking of Morgan? I don't know. I feel like it was green, though. All right, fourth skill. Go into an iframe. Okay, blast them down there with some energy beams, and then the paralysis is at the very end. I guess that's good, actually, because he's in an iframe, so you don't really want the paralysis to be activated while he's in an iframe, because that's kind of just wastes the paralysis. You want to take advantage of the paralysis kind of defensively, so you can kind of get away or move away from the boss, lock him down. So with having that at the end of the skill, it gives you time to kind of run away if you're going to let your cooldown refresh, or if you're going to, hop into another skill. It takes a minute to get into an iframe or something like that, so that is nice. And now the fifth skill goes into an iframe immediately, so that's nice. It looks like we have the same missile launch here. Okay, I've got the missile explodes on the ground, and then we rain down a few extra kind of missiles there. Interesting, but what I think is really nice about the fifth skill now is you can cancel it, right? And get all the effects. So you just... Yeah, there we go. Got the missile, and boom. Yeah, we still get all of the fire on the ground. We get all of the extra missiles. So yeah, you can cancel it, but it's a very, very tight timing if you want to kind of line it up with a standard damage proc to not proc early, because you can, of course, wait until you see the markings on the ground and then go into your next skill. But I think as soon as he like touches his chin, you can cancel the skill and then it'll pop out. Like the first time that I did it, I actually timed that perfectly. I didn't really intend to time that perfectly, but I just happened to do that. So let me see, what is it? It's right when he touches his chin, right? No, okay. He was still, I think he was still reaching up, so hold on. So right when he kind of like touches his chin and then starts moving his hand back down, is that when you can cancel it? Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's like right when he starts moving his hand back down, you can cancel it. Again, you might as well just wait for the effect to show on the ground, because it doesn't hit like immediately, right? You can still, yeah, you can still kind of cancel like right away there. But anyway, the rotation that I think is going to work best for him, which I haven't tried yet really anywhere because I haven't bought the uniform yet, but I will do that in a second, is I believe you're just going to do 1 for the buff, and then you're going to do 4 for the buff as well, the all attack, but you're going to cancel both of those. Go into the 5th skill, let the 5th skill go, and then you're going to proc on 3 here. And then with 3, you get the invincibility. Was it invincibility, right? Come on, show me. Yeah, you get invincibility. With 3, you have accumulation when hit, so you want to get hit. So it's good that 3 doesn't have an iframe, so you're probably just going to want to get really close to the enemy and just kind of go like this, accumulate some damage, and hopefully do a lot of damage. So yeah, let's see. So something like this. 1. Oh. 1 was very quick. I thought I could instant cancel 1 without getting any of the attack. But you have to be very quick, apparently. Huh. I thought I was able to instant cancel 1 before without getting any hits off. I don't know, so, because I want to combine those skills, but maybe you just have to skip 1, which is kind of annoying, because that was with 30%, right? 30% attack buff, 10% crit rate. We have the speed buff on there as well. But it looks like you can only pretty much just do this. Oh, I canceled a little too early there. Once I get the feel for that timing. And then the tier 3, I believe, is going to be kind of the same thing. You're just going to do 4, get the buff, go 5, and then go into the tier 3 and kind of combine those two. This tier 3 is pretty cool. It summons all like the Doom bots there. I guess there's probably just supposed to be images of him, but I'm just going to call them Doom bots. And then they kind of blast the enemy, and then we get some more kind of attacks from above there, raining down some hellfire on them. And get a lot of damage. You can cancel the tier 3, but you miss out on some of the damage. You get like the Doom bots to come in. You have to do kind of the same thing with the 5th skill. So let the tier 3 go. As soon as you see like the image on the ground there, then you can cancel, and you can see the Doom bots still do all of their stuff. Still do the explosion. You just miss kind of those blasts from the sky. So I don't think it's really worth it to do tier 3, 5th, and then 3rd skill. Maybe if you have like a CTP of Rage on, so that way you can guarantee that you don't proc too early. Get that activation, which I plan on putting a Rage on Dr. Doom. Right now I have a regular damage proc on, so that's what we're going to try him out with first. So yeah, you know what? I've kind of rambled on long enough here in the preview. He's going to be a premium cost uniform, so 1,500 crystals here on sale. We are going to be getting it. Boom, so let's go ahead and purchase that. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Dr. Doom here. Dr. Doom, where are you? As you can see, I have him ready to go. We got the little dot there. He's ready to be advanced to tier 3 as soon as I feel like it. We don't have a ton of stuff on him. We just have, let's add some ignore defense, some energy attacks. I can fill those out a little bit more. I've got a Power of Angry Hulk on him. And then I just have a 160 proc here with ignore dodge and crit damage. Can level up the uniform to maybe fill in some of the gaps here, because what are we at? We need 2% for a skill cooldown. That's not bad. And then we need more crit rate. We get 10% from that. More crit damage would be nice as well. So, I mean, I'll work on him some more, but for right now, this is what Dr. Doom is looking like. So let's just go ahead and hop over to World Boss Ultimate, because he's not tier 3 yet. So let's just go to World Boss Ultimate and see what we can do with him with this new uniform. Alright, so here we are over at Coal Obsidian for World Boss Ultimate, and since we want the debuff removal from his leadership, I think we're just going to do this here. We have his leadership and then 2 supports, opposed to just having like a actual leadership, because Victorious would be giving him the best bonus for leadership, right? Because she's, what, a 65% leadership for him? Or I might be misremembering that. Maybe it's less. Either way, this is what we're going to be using here. Now let's just hop in. We got some random strikers here and see if we can actually do some decent damage here, because he has energy attacks, so that's why I'm going after Coal Obsidian. Most of the characters I test, I just do stage 50 here, so I kind of get a good idea of how they compare to each other, since I always hop into this stage. But you could probably do higher. I don't know. I haven't tried them out at all yet. So can we get debuffed? Let's get hit here. No, that didn't trigger it. He bleeds you, doesn't he? Oh, okay, there we go. All right, so we got that. So now we want to do this. Okay, you know what? That's not bad. Oh, there's still explosions going on. Don't proc my obelisk yet. Oh, that procced. Wow, did that proc too early? Maybe it didn't. We do have a CTP of Insight on Valkyrie, so I will mention that. Can we... Alright, so I used the first skill that time. Okay, I mean, not bad. Our damage is pretty dang good here. And I don't think we've been getting hit most of that time as well. So we're not actually getting the accumulation on the 3rd skill here. Ooh, I think we got hit a few times there. Look at that damage. That's actually really nice. I'm quite happy with that for a level 70 Dr. Doom. Alright, so it looks like I saw the CTP of Insight proc, and that caused me to pause for a second there, and then that caused my obelisk to proc, so we didn't proc on the actual skill there. Oh wow, yeah, there's still residual hits going on there, so our obelisk did proc. That's kind of annoying that the lingering damage lasts for that long that it can proc the next rotation of your obelisk. But anyway, let's see what we got here. Yeah, you know what? I'm liking Dr. Doom here. So got an idea of what his damage looks like there. We were getting debuffed pretty consistently. So let's see if we switch over to Victorious here. Actually, it's probably not really worth it, right? Because we're losing that 45% support there with, or 40% with Shuri there. And then we're going to be putting on a, okay, so he's a 60% leadership there with 5% here. Okay, so it was 65% energy attack. So is that going to be better? Because then we're missing out on the ignore dodge. I guess isn't as valuable for War Boss Ultimate because you don't necessarily need it here. But what else are we missing out on? I've already forgotten what his uniform does for him besides the ignore dodge. It's like damage reduction and chain hit. Oh yeah, that chain hit though, that's probably going to be needed. So yeah, let's just see what kind of damage we do. Alright, so we'll switch over. Wait, how do we proc our... Oh. We procced early on that, so... Whoa, why did that damage seem so much better? Was that actually better? Okay. Oh, now we're not getting it. Oh, because he was cleansing before. We got it stacked all the way up. Dang it. Stop proccing so early with all the residual damage. All this lingering damage just keeps proccing the obelisk. That's a little annoying. I felt like the damage was actually higher though with Victorious's leadership here. I mean, it's not like I can... Okay, there we go with the obelisk again. Alright, let's let it reset. But we can't use Victorious in War Boss Legend. Alright. So no all defense... Oh no, we did get all defense on it. Whoa! Is it just me? That damage looks a lot better, actually. Yeah, that damage actually looks a lot better, because he's not getting any all attack buff, is he? It's just the chain hit. Let's go back here. These videos end up being a little bit longer than I was expecting, just because I'm messing around a little bit here. Yeah, it's just damage reduction, ignore dodge, and chain hit. So 15%, yeah, I guess 15% chain hit is not worth the trade-off of having Victorious's leaderships. Okay, so maybe leadership is fine for him, and this uniform effect is mainly going to be for PvP content. Oh yeah, speaking of PvP, we never saw the counterattack on the second skill, did we? Wait, how does he counterattack on the second skill? Because that's actually just, yeah, he's just going in and punching them and blasting them. Okay, well, let's turn on the AI here. Let's see if we get something different. Shoot him. What? There's no counterattack going on there. Oh, it is different. He does like a dodge, duck, and weave there, and then he blasts them with a kind of like a shotgun effect, opposed to just like a single blast. Interesting. And he didn't have an iframe before, did it? No, and he gains an iframe from that, and he's got ignore iframe as well. It seriously doesn't even look like he's getting hit, and he's just using it right away. It's like if the enemy is just attacking in general, whether it's hitting him or not, he seems to just do this other version of the skill. So that's interesting. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out in PvP. But either way, Dr. Doom's new uniform, so far I'm liking it. The damage looked really good against Cole there, because with his old look here, his damage was really falling behind, and he definitely was not doing anywhere close to that much damage. I like that you can cancel the 5th skill now. That's really nice. The uniform effect, I'm still a little bit on the fence about. I don't think it's going to be super good in PvE, but PvP, I mean, we get that 40% decreased damage, we get ignore dodge, and then we get chain hit damage. So that damage reduction with the ignore dodge is going to be really strong in PvP. The ignore dodge, though, is really strong in PvE if we can keep that up. But again, that's mainly going to be useful in War Boss Legend, because regular War Boss Ultimate, they don't really dodge very much. So maybe I'll see the uniform become better or the uniform effect be better in Warboss Legend versus having an actual attack leadership. But we'll see. So that's going to be it for this video here, because this has gone on long enough. This was supposed to be just my initial impressions, which I guess they are. My initial impressions of Dr. Doom's new uniform here. Again, I really like it. I will be tier 3ing him and trying him out a little bit more, but let me know in the comments below. Did you pick up the uniform? Did you already tier 3 him? Are you excited about Dr. Doom, or are you waiting to see how it plays out, if he's going to be really strong or not? Or I guess meta, because he seems like he'll be really strong. It's just how strong, I guess, compared to everyone else. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.